Okay, I'll bring the county government meeting to order. First up is veterans.
How is everybody?
Good.
Good. Busy. All right, so our first thing is the contract for the copier. I didn't realize I had to do a resolution, which I can submit tomorrow. I have the paperwork here to hand in, and I wondered if it could be expedited because we actually had the copier repeat business out twice this week. And yesterday there was an issue, like you go to fax something and you push the number and it added extra numbers.
Are you renewing an existing contract? Or is this?
Probably getting a new piece of
Probably,
equipment.
yeah, new
Right.
equipment.
Yeah, okay. It's
So-
like a 5-year lease.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So he mentioned just, it might be that screen that's on the copy machine might have to be replaced, which could cost like $2,600. So since we're going to probably get a new machine, hopefully we can, yeah, hopefully we can, not have them spend $2,600.
Do you have a contract estimate for a new lease?
I do, it's $68. I have all the information that she left here.
It's pretty minimal.
I'm gonna
We
leave
just make
it,
a motion to approve a lease and then move it,
I guess
Okay.
wrestle that up. And
pending the budget or something, or pending?
no, I mean, it's in there. I think it's already,
It's already
Budgeted there.
budgeted.
Yeah.
The one they have now is already costing.
you're paying a monthly fee anyway. It's just,
I'll get it.
but we usually run the contracts through,
Yes.
as a resolution.
Karen,
Did you make a motion?
I'll second the motion.
I printed or I
You make it? Yeah.
signed one of these. I
Michael
realized-
seconded it.
All in favor?
So you'll just have to write it out.
Yeah.
So
Wait
can
for
I hand
Kelly.
these over to you
Kelly.
or to, okay. I will leave these then when I leave.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
I know. So Ron made a motion and Mike.
Michael seconded it.
okay. And I'll leave this,
Okay.
I'll hand this over to you before I leave.
Mhm.
Totally locked in on purpose.
The second thing, we're having a barbecue at the Dwyer Room, July 22nd at 11:30. And we're doing an actual barbecue. We're bringing grills in and burgers and hot dogs. And we have a veteran that, owns a catering company, so she's bringing grills in to do
Oh.
that. Patsy wants to thank everyone who came out for her Woman of Distinction Award that we had in the Dwyer Room last week, I think
Yeah,
it
very
was.
nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Good turnout.
Yeah, it was packed.
I thought there was lots of food, but I think it got devoured, didn't it?
There was a lot of food.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was well deserved for sure.
yeah. The booth, we have a booth at the fair. The Dwyer Room does. The widows and volunteers have been organizing and signing up for manning the table. Joanne has been working on the budget. We'll be looking for a per diem driver. Our second part-time driver just retired this month. And we're hoping our current per diem driver is going to take that position over. So he's working on getting his CDL now. And then the last thing, we're looking into switching our veteran transportation. So we have a bus and a minivan right now. The bus, you need a CDL. So we want to kind of get rid of us having to have a CDL because not everybody has one. So we're looking into different options, maybe a transit van, which would take place of the bus. So
You don't need the size of the bus.
we don't really, because I guess back in the day, the veterans, there was many veterans that would be up at the VA.
Mhm.
So it's really not utilized as much.
Yeah.
We use it more for parades and stuff. So, which is handy because, the widows and volunteers can get on it and it's just, we don't use it as
We
much.
need a wheelchair lift.
We do that's what we want to do. We want to request, that's part of what I want to look into, having the wheelchair lift on the side or the rear. But we do want to still have a wheelchair lift.
Does the county offer CDL training?
No.
No.
Is
Guess
it
they
just-
used to.
We've looked into it. We actually thought we might have to be able to do it through the college, but then the program there got dropped.
Because we've got a couple of highway people that need to.
No,
get
I have
CDL.
some highway
Check
people
with the
too.
union. Yeah, the union does CDLA. And they were trying to do B.
Okay,
Well, the Teamster is 294.
okay.
the last person we hired didn't have a CDL, and it was like 3,000 per annum.
Right.
But in our town, we did pay that and send them to school and then have them do a contract to stay for a while.
Yeah, we did the same thing. I think we took your.
It worked so far, yeah.
Somebody said yesterday they're gonna do it at the fish farm now, the training.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they do. They use a parking
Is it
lot.
ride-along training or is it designated
Just,
time?
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
Somebody
Take your time to do it.
It's gonna open up to the public too.
yeah.
They always have advertisement for CDL training, but I didn't know if it was just for employees.
If they're a veteran for CDL, they could possibly use their veteran readiness and employment.
I have a question. Is that bus relatively new?
Yeah,
So I think it's got like 5,000 miles on it.
So maybe one
Something-
of our other county
we were pushed to
departments.
buy that bus.
You guys own it.
So maybe give this to another county department.
Well, we may be, because our bus got into
Is it
a,
public transit ready?
yeah, we might have to switch it over because our bus got into an accident.
That's,
Jim thinks it may be totaled.
that's what one of the drivers were
It looked pretty bad.
commenting on.
Yeah.
So can we do that?
We probably can. There's some things that we have to look into, but the big concern that we had in talking about it was if you have a veteran that needs a wheelchair lift, how are we gonna handle that?
Right,
At
Yeah,
the
so
time,
bus has it.
At the time, we had a couple, I think, that needed a
Yeah.
wheelchair, so.
right. And that right now, we haven't had a veteran that has a wheelchair or has needed a lift, but we want to keep that option open.
The day we get rid of it is the new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The day
Yeah.
that's-
So that's what, yeah, so what we want to replace that, we want to have a wheelchair lift there.
That's, you gotta, yeah, talk to Jim about that.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure it's gonna be more expensive than our normal rentals,
Right.
so.
And that's all I've got.
Well, I got a resolution here.
Oh, yes.
Requesting to fill a budget position of a driver transportation aid effective immediately.
I'll move it.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay.
All right.
Now,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I hope you all have a good night.
okay,
anybody else?
We turned down the heat on the way out.
Oh.
Hi.
I knew you would miss me if I didn't attend
That's right.
this meeting, so
Thanks for coming.
I begged Kelly for
Yeah.
one more.
One more.
You're always welcome. We just won't let you speak, but you're always welcome.
Yeah.
So this is actually a resolution request for crediting unpaid taxes for property that's owned by New York State. It actually goes back to, I believe, 2018 taxes. And really, when the state purchased this, it should have become tax exempt, but the previous assessor for the town of Taconic, for whatever reason, and he's not here for me to ask him, never put it in wholly exempt. So it's been generating, as if it should be generating taxes since 2018, and there should not have been any taxes created for it. So by law, I can only go back 3 years, and then the treasurer's office and county attorney's office will, take it from
So
From there,
has
but I
it been
can only
paid
guess.
or has it
No,
just been
no,
accruing?
state has not paid it.
Right, okay.
And we didn't receive official notification from the state until December of 24 saying, yes, this definitely is not
We're getting billed what we
taxable
should,
state-owned
right.
land.
Okay.
So, so we have to process it.
I'll move it, I'll second.
Second.
All in favor?
I
Opposed? Carried.
Thank you. So can I just say two quick things?
You can do long things if you want. We gotta wait for public works anyway, so.
So my first is just since we're all here but I would like to publicly thank Kelly Vaccaro, as a department head with, dealing with the Board of Supervisors office in general, and especially with the clerk of the board. I've been through a few clerks of the boards over the years. Yeah, and I appreciate everything that you have done and that you've advanced that office so much over, since you've been here, and as a department head, I appreciate it. I was afraid of Gladys, and she
For good reason too.
it's kind of like Kippy, she'd say, Sue, you've got 5 minutes
Right.
and that's it. But
But you don't mean it.
even though he says it,
Yeah.
I've never felt like I had to be rushed with
It's
this
a lot of love.
committee, which
I like to hear
goes
you
to
talk. Like I
all of
said,
you,
I got no place to
but
go.
it always fell on the clerk of the board to keep it in line but you've been nothing but helpful.
Thank you.
Nothing but
I just need
helpful.
the
So
cigarette.
I appreciate that.
I had to think of it the other day before Kelly's time, you know, how much paperwork we went through at every committee meeting and now everything is electronic, you
Yeah.
know. You used
Yeah,
to have stacks of paper at every meeting and then your
I know,
mailbox
and
was
just
full.
having
You
everything
know,
online and,
we've come a long ways for a lot of different
there's a
reasons.
lot of information online. And then just the last thing I was, not only just thanking all of you, but also thanking you for knowing how important it is to have my position filled on a timely basis with the, so that there's no lapse there. And, in doing so, and you may remember, I mean, that was the goal of this committee, was to have a succession plan for the next real property director. And that's why I've worked with Mark for the 15 months to learn all of what I am doing. And I appreciate that, it'll be official and from day one on my retirement, which I'm looking forward to.
You are ready, huh?
That's it. Just wanted one last thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you from us.
Thank you. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you.
Did you like bring sunshine to the room?
For me.
Nice.
I love it. Thank you. That's
You get
very
jellies, you
sweet.
get flowers.
Very sweet. And I got my grays colored because I saw the pictures online. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need
I don't watch the videos because.
Oh, Lord. But thank you all.
Thank you, Suzette.
Suzette, you are.
Yeah, 50, I know you're gonna miss.
I definitely are.
He's gonna call you, Suzette, just to hear your voice.
Yeah. Just sitting around.
All the assessors and tax collectors will miss you too, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to all of them. Definitely gonna reach out.
When's your actual
I
last?
met a lot of people. The 30th is my last day. So, but I met a lot of good people over the years and, it's been.
Any bad ones?
Huh?
Any bad ones?
No,
We're not gonna talk about that.
Suzette, you can say it. You're done.
No
Question,
bad.
your question.
Gotta write a book.
Difficult people maybe, but no bad.
She knows that the owl is still running.
And just, my advice to everybody, and I gave this advice to Mark, treat everybody the way you want to be treated in life.
Yeah.
And you'll get far. I mean, that's how I was brought up. That's how, we've been bringing up our daughters, and that's important to me.
It
No matter
works.
who they are, you
That's
gotta
right.
treat them the way you want to be treated.
Yeah. Very
And
good.
they'll treat you that way in response, hopefully.
Yeah.
If
Thank
they
you.
don't, then they might.
And you can get even, you know?
Thank
We
you.
lost that.
Thank you, Suzette.
No.
right.
Okay, we have one more. I think we have a resolution for the social.
I don't know
security.
what's, it should
Yeah.
be shown all the way.
This was a,
It slips.
Yeah, just leave it.
this was a resolution request that we brought to the town of Stockport by the union rep, for social security. Asking that they not close social security offices and, let employees off. Our town passed it last week. He asked me if I would bring it to county government committee.
I'm sorry, Matt, what was the source of it?
He's a representative. Represents the social security.
Do we know that there are any plans? There's only one in Hudson, right? The only one in, right.
He said there's one in Poughkeepsie, which is being downsized. There are other offices that are being downsized, so, yeah, I mean, if they don't, great, but we're just asking that they not do it.
So this is a proactive request.
Yes,
I can share that I talked to someone in our Garrett's office, and they said they weren't aware of Hudson being at risk, but the one in Dutchess was at risk, and they I think it was like temporarily closed and they advocated for it to be reopened. But they share that they're sort of like general agreements that the importance of local social security offices. So I think that's my understanding, that Hudson hasn't been specifically named, but there have just been a lot of threats thrown around about downsizing social security in general and trying to move people onto some sort of like online or phone calls, which I think would be
Of course,
pretty
I like
good.
to see them staff this office so you could use it, because when you call there, they say, don't come here because we can't deal with you, so
Yeah.
call,
So what-
call 1-800 number, and that, you know.
It's always
The administration's encouraging, in-person visits
Right,
now versus on mobile.
I think, yeah.
Well, and
A
I
few
think
years ago, they weren't bad.
So which is gonna cause backlogs, because if they don't have the staff.
Right. That's my point. I mean, if I want to keep it open, I want to keep people there, but I want to see them have people there to take care of things, you know, to run the office.
Our town board's concern was the fact that, especially with the senior population, they're not gonna be able to use computers and.
And I think a lot of the information that you have to provide is confusing for people. They don't know how to supply it in the right form. So do you want to make the motion, or I'll make the motion?
I'll make the motion. I
I'll
mean,
second it.
this doesn't have teeth, a lot of teeth, but it's,
All in
it
favor?
sends a message.
Aye.
Aye. Heard.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm glad that we're doing this. So I had heard,
We should
last week that
find out when the lease expires.
Might want to change your
Yeah.
R to a D.
I'm sorry,
So you might want to change your R to a D,
why?
because there's more stuff coming down the road that we're not gonna like.
I like social security.
Well, the president doesn't. That big beautiful bill. The hospital's at risk too. Maybe we should put that resolution in there.
I think we did with Michael's that time.
Do we do that one?
I mean, we did about don't cut Medicare and Medicaid,
Right.
which they did.
Yeah, but then the hospital's at risk.
Yeah.
That one.
It's certainly is at risk.
So has anyone else heard, I heard that there's a possibility that the legislature was going to go back into session to deal with cuts to Medicaid and,
The state
Snap.
legislature.
yes, that they would be called into special session. And I just wondered if anybody else had heard
I
that,
hadn't heard that.
because they were trying to estimate the cost, the additional costs that the state, and I guess therefore the counties were going to have to absorb associated with these cuts.
On Friday, which I'm not gonna be able to attend, I did send it to Jim Bray. NISAC is gonna be doing something on the cuts. And, so it might be worth your while to,
Was that distributed to,
I think it was distributed to anybody that's,
I'm on their list, I don't remember seeing it.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that either.
Do you mind distributing it further, so if we have time?
yeah,
we can
I
do that?
forwarded it, today, I think, to Jim Bray, so. Or maybe
So
it
I'd be
was
interested in
yesterday.
seeing that.
Brenda, I had heard also that the state, if there were cuts to Medicaid, the state would reconvene, and sort of basically reassess the budget. And the most likely scenarios they're gonna try to cover some of the gap for healthcare by cutting cutting elsewhere
That's
is the most likely scenario.
Mhm.
So I'm not sure if they're gonna fully fund SNAP and healthcare, but they'll fund some
Don't
of it.
participate.
It's just the SNAP cuts to the county. NISAC said would be $1.5 million to Columbia County, like they did like a county breakdown, which would be quite a hit for us.
Did they do a
Just SNAP.
breakdown on Medicaid?
They didn't. The one I saw was just SNAP. Like it mentioned that Medicaid would be hard, but it didn't have stats for it.
The last update I got from Bob was he didn't have a lot of different information at this time in terms of.
What are our weekly
Some of
Medicaid?
that was speculative on, they were gonna have work requirements that may kick people off, but they may not. I don't really know how that's gonna work yet, so I think there's a lot of things gotta be worked out, so.
Well,
I
but
think the difference between SNAP and Medicaid is that SNAP, we would be mandated to cover a portion of it, while for Medicaid, people would just get removed. Like there's not a county financial obligation. It's just that there won't be people on Medicaid, and then DSS will be tasked with doing a lot more paperwork, which is probably hard to measure, but they're going to have to do all this sort of double checking. So it might be stretching on their staff, but it's sort of removing people won't cost the county directly. It'll just cost us because we'll have people who don't have healthcare, but it won't like,
But if the state tries to cover that, then it's gonna cost,
right, it'll cost us somewhere.
But then the other thing is, we don't currently have the systems in place to do this employment verification, so we would have to staff up for that.
Right.
And I read at least two read from at least two sources that have said that a lot of the so-called savings associated with the work requirement are not, are false, because these are people that are unable to work, either through age or disability. So, you know, we're gonna have the additional cost and then, you know, potentially not the additional savings. Okay.
Was that the one from Monday? Discover collaborative solutions to control municipal healthcare costs. It's a webinar it's on the 29th.
Let me see.
That's 2 weeks out.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a Tuesday though,
no.
not that one, okay. I was looking to see if
I mean, NICEAG regularly does webinars and.
Right.
But they also sometimes distribute by title. So controllers and treasurers
Right.
get some, and
right.
There would be, we can tell you what it's on.
because I haven't seen that.
I don't remember seeing that either, but
County leaders, that's why nobody else got it. Briefing on Friday, the 18th from 11 to 12, discuss the impacts of the Big Beautiful Bill Act on counties. So
Okay.
Do you
I can forward
that to me,
that.
then I'll
Yeah.
forward it to everyone?
Kippy, did we
that's a
adjourn?
Tuesday 29th.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's
No.
not.
Okay.
This one's Friday. I can't, like I said, I can't do it. I already had another
Yeah.
commitment.
There is another one about discover collaborative solutions to controlling
Yeah, that was the
municipal
one I
healthcare
just-
costs, right? You know.
Yeah, I mentioned that's. the
So if we can't
29th.
do that, there's another one on the 29th, you said.
But whoever.
That's in the regular NICEAG email that everybody gets, I think. So, let's say our tax cap remains at 2% too, so.
Okay, does anybody have anything else they'd like to bring in front of the board before we adjourn?
I have a question. What happened to the
Huh?
bus?
Slow you down.
I know, it's too late.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Michael?
I mean, I just got, the report was that, maybe there was a light out, but there was an accident like kind of close to Walmart for the shopping shuttle, where it sounded like there was a light out, so.
It was out. I happened to be at my town hall. And they had just said the lights out at that intersection, and like 2 minutes later, they said there was an accident there.
So I guess the bus and like a pickup truck maybe like collided, and I got like I saw a photograph of the bus, and it looked pretty.
Was anybody injured?
I think
The driver was
Driver was
checked out.
transported, but
He was
okay.
transported, checked out, and he's fine. And the one passenger that was on was fine, Jim Bragg.
Was this
But
one
he
the
has
newer
a,
one?
it was luckily it was our oldest bus.
he does have the video camera, but so I'll have him send it to you.
We were waiting for the police report.
So we learned something. We have,
Light was out, so we went faster.
so we only have a couple of stoplights in our town, but one is at a critical intersection, 295 and 22. It's been out 4 times in the last 5 weeks because of thunderstorms or flooding. And I learned from New York State DOT that they no longer send staff out to check lights. And the state troopers, these are both state roads, don't have the resources to send trooper cars to sit there. So we're lucky insofar as this light has a switch. So our fire department's got a key to the switch, and we can get the light functioning even if the power is not out. But I was unaware of those changes at the state level, both from the troopers and from DOT, about no longer sending people to oversee those intersections until power can be restored. So I don't just share
How does that
information.
work?
It means that the light is not out, and we had people in the ditch on both sides of
That's
the
what I mean,
road.
yeah.
and-
Nobody's
Yeah, where
there.
that is, you should make it a four-way stop, because, I mean, when you're on 295 flying, right, it's.
And the
limited
sidewalk-
height.
When you're coming up off of 5 with a big truck or something
Right.
too, it's hard to get up and.
You know, I mean, we don't do it, but you should plan on stopping whether the light's red or not, you know what I mean, as far as.
But we have
Oh, I,
relied to some degree on the state, either for a
Sure.
trooper or for someone to come and monitor the intersection. They're no longer doing that. They don't have, neither department has the resources to do that.
Well, anecdotally, the place is crawling with state troopers. It feels like, at least from a Chatham perspective, they're everywhere.
I saw 3 sheriffs in Chatham coming through Chatham just today.
Wow.
All parked looked like they were doing speed control, speed enforcement.
Must be,
End of the month, maybe first of the month.
they paved Upper Main Street, and Columbia County Sheriff the next morning, I don't know, 9:30, 10 o'clock, they're already pulling over speeders.
Well, we welcome any speed enforcement in our community.
I'm waiting on that.
Oh.
Anybody else got anything else they want to bring
Motion to
before? the
adjourn.
board?
Second.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.